Assalamualaikum. This video consists of a group project for subject MAF603, and this is our group member. There are 5 of us. First is Alif Izzuddin bin Bahagia. Second is me, Amirul Farid bin Ruslan. Third is Muhammad Amirul Wafi bin Hasrul Nizam. Fourth is Wan Anas bin Wan Akmal Hisam. And lastly, Muhammad Najmi bin Rusli.
My name Alif Izzuddin bin Bahagia. I will explain about case 1 question A, which is calculate the earning per share for each alternative. So in this question, Trainmark Auto Berhad is considering 3 possible financing arrangements to raise RM 100 million of new capital for its business. There are 3 alternatives. The first alternative is finance with only new equity. So the new capital is RM 100 million. Price per share RM2 ringgit 50 cent. In order to raise the capital, company plans to finance with only new equity, so they need to issue new share. So RM 100 million, which is new capital, divide by price per share 2 ringgit 50 cent, and we get new share issue is 40 million share. So before we calculate earning per share, we need to find the earning after interest first. So earning before interest 200 million minus by interest 0 because there is no debt in this question. So earning after interest is RM 200 million. So earning per share, earning after interest, we divide by number of shares outstanding. 200 million, we divide by 140 million number of shares outstanding. So earning per share is RM 1 ringgit 43 cent. Next, alternative 2, financing with 50% debt and 50% equity. New capital RM 100 million divided by 2, which is debt and equity. So 50% debt RM 50 million and 50% issue share is RM 50 million. Price per share RM 2 ringgit 50 cents stated in this question. So the new share issue is RM 50 million divided by 2 ringgit 50 cents. So the new share issue is 20 million share. Interest of debt 10% given in this question. So before we calculate earning per share, we need to find earning after interest. So earning before interest 200 million minus interest of debt 5 million, which is 10% interest of debt multiplied by RM 50 million. So earning after interest, we will get 195 million. So earning per share, earning after interest divided by number of shares outstanding. 195 million divided by 120 million number of shares outstanding. So earning per share is RM 1 ringgit 625 cent. Last alternative, using only new debt. So new capital 100% by debt, which is 100 million. Price per share 2 ringgit 50 cent. Interest of debt 10%. Stated in this question. So before we calculate earning per share, we need to find earning after interest first. Earning before interest 200 million minus interest of debt 10 million, which is 10% interest of debt multiplied by RM 100 million of debt. So we will get earning after interest 190 million. So earning per share, earning after interest divided by number of shares outstanding 190 million divided by 100 million number of shares outstanding. So we will get earning per share is RM 1 ringgit 90 cent.
For case 1B, the question are, based on calculation above, the income distribution of debt holders, shareholders, and government in each alternative are. Okay, for the first alternative, debt holders will not get any income since there is no debt and company use fully equity to finance their capital. Shareholders will get income from dividend of share, and government will not get any income because there is no tax rate. For the alternative 2, debt holders will get income from interest of debentures since company plan to financing their capital of 100 million by 50% of debt. Shareholders also will get income from dividend of share, and government will not get any income because there is no tax. Alternative 3, debt holders will get income from interest of debentures, shareholders will get income from dividend of share, and government again will not get any income because there is no tax rate.
For case 1C, additional debt is equal to Rm 60 million, debt to equity ratio equal to 1.5. In the formula, debt to equity ratio is equal to total debt divided by total equity. 1.5 is equal B plus 60 million and divide by 250 million. So we will get B is equal 315 million ringgit. To calculate value of the company, in the formula, value of the company is equal to S plus B. So that VU is equal 250 million plus with 375 million. So that we will get value of the company is 625 million ringgit. For the cost of capital is equal to RWACC and RWACC is equal to RO. In the formula, value of the company is equal to earning before interest and tax EBIT divided by RO. 625 million equal to 200 million divided by RO. So we will get RO is equal 0.32 or 32%. Therefore, value of trademark auto Berhad is equal to 625 million ringgit and the cost of capital trademark auto Berhad equal to 0.32 or 32%. For case 1D, the answer is some of the key reason why the debt to equity ratio varies greatly from one sector to another include different levels of capital intensity between industries and if the nature of the company makes it easier to maintain a high level of debt even between business within an industry. Utilities and financial services are among the sector and that usually have the highest debt to equity ratio. Among those with the lowest are wholesaler and service sector. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Mirwafi bin Hassan Nizam and I'll be presenting on case 2, question A. For question A1, we need to find the cost of equity. Since the company have tax and levied based on the formula, we will be using the formula RS equal to RO plus BS times with RO minus RB times with 1 minus TC. However, we don't have the value of RO. So we will find the value of RO first by using the formula value equal to EBIT times 1 minus tax over RO plus with tax times debt. We will rearrange the formula to find the value of RO equal to EBIT times 1 minus tax over value of the company minus tax times debt. Next, we will put the value into the formula. So RO will equal to 1000 times 1 minus 0.25 over 8080 minus in bracket 4180 times 0.25. So we will get the value of RO equal to 0.066 or 10.66%. Once we have the value of RO, we will put it in the formula. So RS will be equal to 0.1066 plus 4180 over 1900 times with 0.1066 minus 0.08 times 1 minus 0.25. So the answer, we will get 0.1280 or 12.8%. For question A2, to find the beta using the asset beta formula. So the formula that we will be using will be B beta A equal to beta A times with the value of equity over value of equity plus the value of debt. And then we will enter the value, which is beta of A is 1 equal to beta of E times with 3,900 over 3,900 plus 4,180, and since the company have tax, we must times the tax, which is 1 minus 0.25. Next, the beta, we will have the answer of 1.8. And what is the explanation for the beta? The beta measures the systematic risk. So the geared company is riskier than the ungeared company. This is because the beta of the geared company is 1.8, which is higher than 1. That is the beta of the ungeared company. Thank you.
In case 2b, leverage effect means that the effect of debt of a firm on the return of equity. Additional debt can increase the return on equity to the owner. This happens when the total return on a project is higher than the cost of additional debt. However, leverage effect implicate negative effect to the company if earnings are insufficient to cover interest obligation or if the interest on debts exceed the total returns of the project. For case 2C, financial distress happens when a firm unable to fulfill its debt obligation when borrowing a sum of money from a debtor. Cost of financial distress can be generated from direct, indirect, and agency costs. The relationship of financial distress and capital structures are negative because the higher the financial distress of a company, the smaller the value of the firm became. One of the consideration effect that can be taken is by using debt financing where the firm needs to cap its limit in debt at the maximum value of possible for the firm.